Hey guys, welcome back to HW Sports 90, where we talk everything concerning the world of sports. So, Chelsea have been busy in the transfer market as far as the next season is concerned. And there are several players that have joined Chelsea, and also there are some players that have left Chelsea. So, we are going to analyze and discuss all of these transfers, movements in and out of Chelsea Football Club. As I'm concerned, I think they've changed a lot. They've signed some players. Also, they have a new manager since they departed with Mauricio Pochettino. They brought in a new manager first, and then they started bringing in players, and also some players have left Chelsea. Before that, let me congratulate England for defeating the Netherlands 2-1, although there were some controversies if whether the penalty that was awarded in the first half was the correct call or not. But nevertheless, England qualified thanks to Oli Watkins' goal late in the second half, and they have earned a place in the final, and they will face Spain on Sunday in the Euro 2024 finals. Remember, England have made it back-to-back finals after they lost the final against Italy in Euro 2020 via penalty shootouts. So they'll be looking forward to winning the trophy, and Spain will not let it go easily, because they're also going for the win against England on Sunday. I'll be making a video on that tomorrow, analyzing the game between Spain and England. For now, let's talk about transfers and Chelsea, to be precise. Chelsea last season, I think they were poor. Although in the first part of the season, they were poor. But in the second part of the season, I think they started to link up. They started to understand each other. There were chemistry going on, building up between the Chelsea players. And I think Mauricio Pochettino's tactics was starting to click, and they did well. They managed to come from I think 12th position to, I think they finished 6th, with Newcastle finishing 7th and United finishing 8th, and they've earned their place in the UEFA Conference League just because Manchester United defeated Manchester City in the FA final to drop them to UEFA Conference League. And since they finished poorly 2 seasons in a row, they've had multiple signings, or signings and also outgoings. So let's start with the incomings as far as Chelsea are concerned. They've signed at least, I think, 6 players so far, and they are not stopping there. They are still linked with several players in the market, and I think there was some news that Chelsea might go in for Victor Osimhen because they need a top striker. Having signed Marc Guiu from Barcelona, I think they need an experienced striker, and there were some rumors that Chelsea were interested in Sesko, but Sesko decided to snub Arsenal and Chelsea, and he remained at Leipzig. But Chelsea might use Lukaku and maybe one of their players to persuade Napoli to sell, because Napoli are willing to sell Osimhen. But the fee they're asking a little bit higher. So Chelsea might use some players some players, inclusive of Lukaku, to bring in Victor Osimhen. But for now, let's look at the players they've already signed. And the first signing for Chelsea this season was Tosin Adarabioyo. Tosin Adarabioyo was signed from Fulham. It was a free transfer because his contract ran out at Fulham, and he was a free agent. Chelsea managed to act quick on this, and they managed to sign Tosin Adarabioyo from Fulham. Newcastle were interested, but they were strongly interested in signing Tosin. Also, Manchester United had interest, but they did make a move because they were still figuring out whom would be their manager, and also the board was still some few details to be finalized as far as the board is concerned, and also to make sure that who's going to be the manager. And since then, Chelsea acted quickly, and they managed to sign Tosin Adarabioyo from Fulham on a free transfer. I think signing a player like Tosin on a free transfer a player of his caliber. I think Chelsea are still there. A great move for Chelsea, and I think Tosin will do a good job for Chelsea. After that, Chelsea also signed Estevao Willian, the young forward who's playing for Palmeiras. They signed to Estevao Willian a fee of £29.1 million. That was the fee that Chelsea paid to Palmeiras to sign Estevao Willian. But Estevao Willian will not join Chelsea until he is 18 years of age, and that means Estevao Willian will join Chelsea in the year of 2025. That is, I think, July next year. So Estevao will debut next season for Chelsea. Chelsea has hijacked a deal for Dewsbury-Hall, Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall, whom was poised to join Brighton. The deal was agreed with Brighton, and he was set for a medical with Brighton. That is Dewsbury-Hall. It was a deal involving also Jacob Moda, who was supposed to join Leicester, and Dewsbury-Hall was to join Brighton. But Chelsea and with their manager, that is Enzo Maresca, who was the former Leicester manager. He knew the player very well. He knew the qualities and the player, the name of Dewsbury-Hall it is, and he decided to jump into that deal. They hijacked it, and the deal for Dewsbury-Hall to join Brighton fell, and Chelsea managed to convince him to join them, because I think he worked with the manager, so it's quite easier for that kind of deal, because the manager and the player, they have a good relation, and also Chelsea, they were willing to sign him in the correct fee that Leicester were demanding. So Chelsea submitted a bid of £30 million to Leicester, which was agreed, and also Dewsbury-Hall signed a long-term contract with Chelsea. So Dewsbury-Hall, I think he plays as a midfielder, central midfielder, and watching Leicester last season playing a good kind of interesting football. I think he was one of the best players for Leicester and in the championship last season. And seeing him joining Chelsea didn't surprise me, because he's a young talent, a good one for that matter. And seeing him joining Chelsea, it's a good move for him, and also I think it's a good move for Chelsea. So Chelsea needs to decide if they have to sell, I think, Conor Gallagher, because they have Enzo Fernandez, they have Caicedo. Remember, they have Romeo Lavia, who I think will be back from injury, and now they've added Dewsbury-Hall. Now that means there's a high chance that Conor Gallagher will be sold this season, with several clubs interested: Spurs interested, Aston Villa interested, Newcastle, also AS Milan. But there's some news that Chelsea might use Conor Gallagher in a deal to bring in Victor Osimhen. They might offer Napoli Conor Gallagher and Lukaku to bring in Victor Osimhen. So we are looking to see how Chelsea will go about as far as Conor Gallagher is concerned. Or in addition to Tosin Adarabioyo and Dewsbury-Hall, Chelsea also Estevao Willian, Chelsea also signed Marc Guiu from Barcelona. This was a surprising deal for me, because I didn't expect Marc Guiu to leave Barcelona and come to the Premier League. I think I was expecting Marc Guiu, after his breakthrough last season with Barcelona, I was expecting him to stay at Barcelona, but I think looking at his potential by himself, I think he knew that it's going to be difficult for him to break into the Barcelona as first team next season, because I think he plays as a striker, and Barcelona have the legend, that is the experienced striker Lewandowski, and they have the youngster, that is the Tigres, that is Vitarokwe. So it was going to be difficult for Marc Guiu to make it into the first team for Barcelona, because I think looking at Lamine Yamal, young players from the academy will be looking to play some minutes in the first team. If they can't manage to have some minutes in the first team, I think they'll be looking to move into lower teams so that they can have that opportunity to start shining at the younger age, because they'll be using Lamine Yamal as a benchmark. Lamine Yamal, the 16 years old, have done wonders for Barcelona and also doing the same with Spain. I think most youngsters now are going to realize that it's time for them to stop wasting their much of their time in the academy football and try to force their way into the first team football. Also, you can see Kobe Minu of Manchester United is doing well with the England after doing well with Manchester United, winning the FA Cup trophy, and now he can win his second trophy. That is the Euro with the England. Also, Yamal can win also the trophy with Spain. So Marc Guiu joined Chelsea in a deal worth £5 million from FC Barcelona, and I think Chelsea, if they manage him quite well, they have a good player in their hands, and they need to nurture him very well, because I think Marc Guiu has a potential to become one of the best finishers in the world in the near future. So I think Marc Guiu to Chelsea for £5 million, I think it was a great deal for both clubs, Barcelona, Chelsea, and also Marc Guiu himself. Chelsea also signed Omari Kiernan, the youngster from Aston Villa, on a deal worth 19 million. So I think Chelsea have been signing youngsters. I think they're building for the future. They are trying to have that. They are trying to bring in the youngsters. I remember they've signed Estevao Willian. They've signed Marc Guiu and also Omari Kiernan. And these are just some of the transfers that we've seen from Chelsea in the past 2 years. They try to bring in new stars, the young stars. Last season we saw that happening, and also this season it is also happening. Chelsea signing youngsters, and some of them are being set on loan to their other club that is Strasbourg, which is also owned by the same owners of Chelsea. That's Todd Boehly. So Omari Kiernan joined Chelsea from Aston Villa in a separate deal with that of Ian Maatsen, who joined Aston Villa from Chelsea. So I think I won't expect him to play much this season for Chelsea. I wonder if he will be sent out on loan, because Chelsea have players. They have a lot of players, and I don't think Omari Kiernan will have much to play part of in the first team. Maybe he'll be sent on loan, or he will play much for the academy. He may be brought in the cup games, the Carabao, the FA Cup. Chelsea, as I said, they are in the Conference League, so they are fighting in four competitions. So I think Omari Kiernan might be involved in the domestic cup games. In addition to Omari Kiernan, Chelsea are going to finalize the signing of Renato Veiga from Brazil in a deal worth 14 million euros. This one is in its final stages. Renato Veiga is having its medical today, and the contracts are going to be signed today, if not today, tomorrow, and the deal will be finally official. And Renato Veiga will be the latest player to join Chelsea this season after Tosin Adarabioyo, Estevao Willian, Marc Guiu, Omari Kiernan, and Dewsbury-Hall. So Chelsea so far has signed some players. I think the experienced players are Dewsbury-Hall, Tosin Adarabioyo, with also some youngsters in their rank. Do you think Chelsea have done quite well in the transfer market so far? So guys, those are just some of the transfers, the incomings at Chelsea so far this season. I think there's still a month and some weeks to go as far as the transfer window is concerned, and a lot can change. There shall be some. I think there are going to be more additions for Chelsea this summer, and having signed already 6 players, I think they can add at least some 3 or 4 more players. Now let's look at the outgoings for Chelsea. To be able to sign 6 players so far, that means there must be some outgoing as well, because everything you do must be in line with the FFP, the financial fair play, as far as the FIFA and the FA are concerned. So the outgoings at Chelsea, as I said earlier, Ian Maatsen joined Aston Villa from Chelsea in a deal worth £37.5 million. The Dutch fullback who was on loan to Borussia Dortmund last season, he did well with the black and yellow team, and I was thinking maybe Chelsea might give him a chance, but I don't think so, because Chelsea, they have Reece James, they have also they also have Malo Gusto playing the same position. So I think Ian Maatsen will not have make it with the best team this season for Chelsea. So he decided to join Aston Villa in a deal worth £37.5 million. Also, Lewis Hall joined Newcastle United. Newcastle decided to sign him on a permanent basis. They signed him on a deal worth £28 million. So Chelsea pocketed £28 million for Newcastle as far as Lewis Hall is concerned. Also, they sold Omari Hutchison to Ipswich in a deal worth £18 million. I think this deal surprised me, because Omari Hutchison, when he was at Arsenal, he had the potential to become one of the best wingers. But I think his move to Chelsea, then being signed on loan, I think has derailed his development. I hope that his permanent move to Ipswich, and also Ipswich being in the Premier League, will help him to recover his form and be the player that we thought he wanna be in the last 1 year. Also, Chelsea they sold Michael Golding to Leicester in a deal worth £5 million, and also 2 players who have left Chelsea on a free transfer are Hakim Ziyech, who joined Galatasaray, and Thiago Silva, who left Chelsea to join Flamengo in Brazil. So that's it from us here at HW Sports 90. I think Chelsea among the top 6 teams in the Premier League. Chelsea is the only team who have had a busy transfer so far. They brought in 6 players, as I said earlier: Tosin Adarabioyo, Estevao Willian, Marc Guiu, Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall, and also Renato Veiga. So I think Manchester United, they are trying to bring in some players. They are being linked with the Joshua Zirkzee, Deli Lenioro, and also Manuel Ugarte of PSG. Arsenal, at the moment, they are linked with Ricardo Calafiori. They are in talks. In the next 3 to 5 days, a deal can be finally finalized, and Calafiori can join Arsenal. Manchester City, they've only brought in Savio from Troyes, the Brazilian right winger, and so far, apart from that, it's all quiet. Also for Liverpool, I've not had any transfers incoming so far. Tottenham, they brought in some players. Aki Gray, also Timo Werner have joined on loan again. Lucas Bergvall have also joined Spurs, and so on. Newcastle, they're busy, but at the top 6, as I said, the top 6, that is Manchester United, Manchester City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, and Spurs. Only Chelsea have been busy in the transfer market. That's why I decided to make this video, because Chelsea are busy. But I think in the next 3 to 4 days, I think Manchester United should have finalized the deal to bring in Joshua Zirkzee and also Mathis Deli, and they can sign Lenny Yoro from Lille if they can convince him to join them instead of Real Madrid. So guys, thanks for watching. As I said, I'll make a video tomorrow regarding the Euro 2024 final, which will be played on Sunday between Spain and England. I'll be analyzing the game, the pre-match, or rather the pre-match analysis regarding that game. For now, let me say thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.